Hi folks, welcome back to Hermione's Horror Reviews. On this channel I do horror book hauls, horror book reviews, and so much more. So, happy Wednesday everybody. Hope all of you are having a great one. I got paid today, so I'm very, very happy about that. I went ahead and bought the case for the Nook Glow Light Plus. So, very excited about that. And also found out that you can transfer your library books you borrow from the library onto your Nook. I actually am not going to do that feature. It's great to know it's there, but I'm not really that savvy on doing that. So that's why I'm going to stick with, if I have to read any library books on my Lenovo, I will do that. So, yeah. So tomorrow I am going to be leaving early, not super early, but I'll be leaving early to go over to Barnes & Noble to pick up my Nook Glow Light 4 Plus. My case is supposed to be arriving tomorrow as well. I also had to buy a clear backpack. I'm not going to say why I had to buy it, but I had to get one. And also, I'm getting a couple of non-horror books, which I will be showing off on my main channel, not this one. So the reason for this video is that I am almost to the end of part 1 of Black Fox. And this is a native horror story. I can't say the N-word. No, not that N-word, but ingenious. That word. I don't want people to think it's the other word, and it's not. And so, in this one, you have this Black Fox, and in mythology, or at least in this world's mythology, I don't know if it's based on, I think it might be based on actual Native American mythology, or native mythology, but apparently this goddess had 2 sons. One is a white fox, the other one is a black fox. The white fox represents light, warmth, growth, development, things like that. And the black fox is basically sleeping, death, and all that type of stuff. And yeah. So apparently in mythology, the black fox decided to battle his brother and everything. So this is turning out to be pretty interesting. I'm sitting there at work and I'm reading this story and I'm like, wow, I'm really reading this story, and it's just, the mythology is absolutely amazing, and the author, you can tell from her writing style that she is native and that she knows the mythology of what she's writing about. Then I got 2 werewolf books. Now this one takes place in Texas. This is right here. You can't really tell because it's like even when you have it in color, it's werewolf in Texas, and then this one right over here is Book of Werewolf Stories. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to shove it up in your face. So both of them I got off of Kindle Unlimited, and I will say that if I had one Amazon subscription service that I would keep, it would be the Kindle Unlimited, because there's over 2 million books. And you imagine, if you can only afford one luxury item, and you chose the Kindle Unlimited one, you would be able to literally read all the books you ever could possibly read. And that's the great thing I like about Kindle Unlimited, is you have 2 million books to choose from. And there has got to be something in that collection of free books that you cannot possibly live without before you... Yeah. I haven't gotten back on the Final Girl support group. I'm on chapter 2 still. I'm not saying the book is bad. It is not bad at all. I've never had a bad Grady Hendrix book. But as just I'm busy reading all of my free books, and somehow the Final Girl support group ends up in the back. I am reading The Lost Book of Bond, which is a library book. It's not a horror book, but I will say the country that she goes to went through what you would consider horror, with people dying and starvation. And there's actually scenes in that book of, like, children, like, basically begging for food, like sweets. You have sweets. It's sad. It's sad, and for the people that had to beg for candy and cookies and bread, that was horror for them. It absolutely was horror for them. And I feel bad for all the little ones that are affected by war, that they're starving. They have, they're in a world where there's no food to eat, and then suddenly there's people with food, and everything. So that is pretty horrific for them. War is never a pretty thing. But, yeah, so I don't really have a lot of time at Barnes & Noble because I do have to go out and get other things. So what I will be doing over there is I'm always spending probably about maybe half an hour there. I want to definitely check out their horror section. I'm going to be picking up like 2 horror books because I really don't want to come into work tomorrow with like 8 or 9 bags. That would not be any fun. But I'm definitely going to get the Nook Glow Light 4 because I did buy the case for it. So what is the point of buying the case if you're not going to buy the reader? Yeah, so I am super excited about it. When I get home tomorrow night from work, I will show you guys what it looks like. I'm probably going to go ahead and activate it. During my, like, right before I come on to there. And yeah, so basically you won't see the activation because generally when I buy devices, I don't waste time. I will go and I will activate them and everything. So I am super excited about it. I will still be reading from my Kindle. I am not going to just throw this in a corner and forget about it because I do use Kindle a lot for primarily for my library books and everything. So I'm really super excited about the Nook Glow Light 4. I've been hearing some great things about it. I also been hearing some not so great things about it. I am going to keep the box in the receipt just in case something goes south. I will also, just like with the Lenovo, I will be getting a 2-year warranty on it so that I can always send it back to Barnes & Noble and all that. And I'm also going to take a picture of it. I'm also going to take a picture of it, save it to my hard drive, and then I will just print it out. So just in case something happens to my receipt, I will have a copy of it. But yeah, so that is what is going on. But, I will say this about Kindle. They do have some really great free horror books if you are absolutely on a tight budget. And as I said, you can only afford one luxury good item for your, for the Kindle. Definitely to go for it because it's definitely worth every dime you spend on it. It definitely is. Okay, I will see you guys later on. Bye.